Alright, so now we're also on to our third hour of Alan Wake gameplay here. What's this? Oh, charm. Another one of those ones to save you from death. Anything else down here at the end of the road? Nah, just that nursery rhyme. Okay. Alright, well, we made good progress here. We found all the collectibles in this area, so now we can go back. We found all the cult stashes. We found all the nursery rhymes here. We found the cult stashes in every area. Let me check that case board real quick. We have one more in Cauldron Lake to find, and then two more in Bright Falls to find. Oh, I think you can hear the music of the Coffee World from across here. Alright, well I say before we do anything else, and by do anything else, like go to like another area and explore more, let's go in here and save again. A terrifyingly strange dive into the dark depths of an artist's mind. Tom the Poet, a film by Thomas Zane, a pinprick of light in an ocean of darkness, starring Thomas Zane as the diver, Barbara Jagger as the dark presence, Cynthia Weaver as the Lady of Light, Emil Hartman as the assistant, written and directed by Thomas Zane, based on a novel by Alan Wake. The Dark Doppelganger and the Art and Life of Thomas Zane, original Thomas Zane, the auteur. Guest lecture by the president of the Bright Falls Film Society, Thomas Emerson. Discussing Zane's early career in Finland, his artist commune in Bright Falls, his lost work Tom the Poet, his mysterious disappearance in 1970, playing his own dark double in the films, The Poet, the Writer, the Diver, Thomas the Rhymer. 24th of November 2023, Watery Suomi Ho. Do you have anything you want to store away right now? Or take out of the inventory? Store away this rifle ammo. Which is, in the long run, it's good that we're storing away all this rifle ammo because then that just like means much more for us to equip when the time's right. Okay. Alright, save again. We're almost at that point where we can where I'm finally gonna go back to Alan's story. I Let me just double check the map here, make sure I've gotten everything I wanted to. That container that's glitched that it says that we haven't opened yet, but we obviously have, so we don't have to worry about that. The crossbow bolts, not really a big deal because we have 10 of them right now. Says we have another hunting crossbow there, but we already have one, unless that's just marking up the one that we already found before, which it probably is because the map's kind of strange in that regard. Alright, so it looks like everything in Watery has been looted aside from, like I said, a couple things are sort of glitchy overall. So first let's go to Cauldron Lake and look for that last nursery rhyme there, since there's only one more there. And if we find anything else we want to loot while we're over there, we can also do that. And then we'll go back to Bright Falls and switch back to Alan's story before we do the end game, because Alan still has more of his story left to tell. This shouldn't take too long of a deed to do. Just want to peruse the map here, see if... No, so... Alright, so let's come across the rhyme naturally. So let's start by going, turn myself this way. Just wanted to make sure I'm turning the right direction. Yeah, okay. So let's start by going down this way. Occasionally going to be opening up the map again, just to see if anything revealed itself that hadn't revealed itself prior. Because I am right in saying that there's one more here in Cauldron Lake, right? Yeah. There's a lunchbox up here by the FPC station. Well, it's a good thing that revealed itself.
And another lunchbox.
We're all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day. Sometimes looking around for stuff has its perks. Okay, what do we got here? Another locked door that we can probably open up now with the screwdriver. Just gotta figure out how to get in there. Gotta go around. Yeah, because this is the crime scene here. Yes, we have to circle around and then go into the store that way to get to the locked door. And then still we have that clue that's glitched. Okay, now where is that? This thing here that was said was locked? Oh no, this thing here was... No, it's because this is where we found that one shotgun at. That's weird, dude. Most of the game has been playing fine, but they need to like have like a patch or something to like get rid of like these things that like are very obviously opened up. Excuse me, by the way. Either like they need to like find something to like clear like the things that are obviously opened up. Otherwise, then you just have a thing that like lets you like to fix the this clue here that you can't pick up either. It's really weird. Listen, buddy, I don't care what you do. I'm just gonna ignore you. So we just gotta figure out where that nursery rhyme is. Keep checking the map as we approach. Already found that lunchbox there. This is gonna loop me around to the rental cabins. And then we'll comb this area over here. But first, let's loop up to the rental cabins and see if anything. Oh, we can't. Okay, I was gonna go. We gotta approach it from the other way. So then, before we do that, um, let us first go down and explore this side of the map. Keep occasionally opening the map up just to see if any locations reveal themselves. Not that they're going to, but Listen, I'm gonna need y'all to not for like 5 seconds. Anything up here by Witchfinders? There's a bunch of freaking nursery rhymes in here, holy shit. Or so it says. They're actually in the cabin itself too, they're not outside the cabin, they're in the cabin. Already found that stuff. This is weird, dude. Yeah, because like I obviously can't access that again, so obviously we did all that. But then why is it saying there's like 50 million nursery rhymes in here? It's not counting these footprints as nursery rhymes, is it? I hope to God not. Because I already did this one over here. Alright, well, let's keep moving downwards, and then we'll circle around to the rental cabins as like our next like point of destination. Those yeah, those are gonna stay in the marked map. Okay, cool. Again, even though I know for certain I did that one because it's not letting me do it again. Did this one too. Hey, you gotta love exploring sometimes. Find some pretty interesting stuff. And sometimes even some pretty glitchy stuff. Did we never look at this before? Wow. Well, there's an Runescape page down here. Here it is. The overlap.
The reality-changing influence of the Dark Place flowed like water flowed, like fear flowed, down the path of least resistance, eroding the weak spots until they cracked. In places where reality was more yielding, where story told and retold, imagination sparked and fear ignited again and again, had softened the walls of reality. Sites of violence and tragedy, where truth was laced with fiction, where a work of art proposed an alternative narrative, something people could suspect to be true, something people felt strongly about, something they feared. The stronger the connection between the belief and emotional response, the better. The darker, the better. A ghost of a witch ripping a man's heart from his chest. Two brothers murdering the neighbors and hiding their bodies in a well. A young woman haunting the flooded bunker where she drowned. Bedtime stories, folktales, urban legends connected to a specific place. These were the sites where the overlaps came to be.
Okay. What else we got down here? Oops. That quote-unquote locked door, obviously we can't investigate. Anything along the Cauldron Lake shoreline that we didn't do? Can't go under here now. Yeah, my only other guess for where that last nursery rhyme for here could be up the road, because if it's not letting me go under here, I mean, I guess I can try approaching it one more time, but it's probably not gonna let me. Yeah. Yeah, no. They should add like a new game plus to this. That way you have like the locations of all the collectibles from the jump. That'd be kind of neat. Yeah, I've already looked at everything here on this end, so can't go over there. No. Okay. Choo-choo-choo-choo. I'm not hearing any sounds like the nursery rhyme could be nearby either, so definitely not in this direction. Right, I looked up there. I looked all around and up here and stuff. There's the Witchfinder station where it says there's 50 million nursery rhymes in there, but it can't be there because I already did one there. Um, so our only other option is we could technically go down to this campfire area here and see if there's anything down there, but I feel like did we not already go down there? We can go down there and check and see, but my only other theory is it'd be in the by the rental cabins. Yeah, no, okay. Because we already checked here and that's where that lunchbox was. Okay, got it, got it, got it, got it. Alright, so our last option is just to approach the rental cabins and check there. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to accept that this one is the one that we can't find. Right, because there's nothing in here, right? No, because we already looted this, whatnot, so on and so forth. This told us about the cult stashes, and we found the symbols for it. Did I ever? Okay, yeah, I already interacted with that deer too. Okay. I wish they'd let you open up like more of these areas too. Like make it much more easier for like even more shortcuts than just what you already have. I guess I kind of understand why they didn't do that, but still kind of like a weird decision overall. I just want to find this last one, and then I think the next episode will focus on if we find the last one in Cauldron Lake and the last nursery rhyme in Cauldron Lake. That's the next episode. We'll focus on the two Bright Falls ones we're missing, and then hopefully by that point we can finally switch back to Alan, because I know I've been doing a lot of like grinding and stuff, and I know like it kind of gets like tedious after a while because all you're doing is just watching me like run around looking for collectibles and not really like focusing on the story. But at the same time, there's something kind of nice about doing that, the collectibles. So I don't know. So all it took from you was one shot? God, you're weak. So there's a manuscript page around here. I see it. I hadn't noticed this before. Cauldron Lake.
Animals stayed away from the water's edge as if to avoid some unseen submerged predator waiting just below the dark surface. They never drank the water from the lake. Birds flew around it, never over. Darkness flowed from Cauldron Lake. Gaze in the black mirror of the lake, you'd see it all around you, and you'd understand. It was already out, already where you were. It was already too late. Cauldron Lake used to be alive with people. Beautiful forest, hiking trails leading to stunning vistas. Then the government put up a fence, kept the people out. Volcanic gas, they said. They didn't want anyone knowing the truth. The lake wasn't a lake at all. The dark water a mask to hide the hungry, bottomless ocean below. A fence couldn't stop the flood that was coming. Nothing could. The return of the nightmare rising from the depths.
Well, out of curiosity, I looked up to see where to find this last nursery rhyme at. Apparently, that Witchfinder station is the correct location for it, but you're not going to see it until you find every single other nursery rhyme in every single other location. So I guess that makes sense.
There are literal overlaps between our world and the Dark Place.
When the Dark Place and our
Did
world
Wade name all
overlap,
these things?
connected to urban legends, traumatic events, piece of art needed to enter.
The Dark Place makes writing come true, taking something real and nudging it. They're treating people's lives like toys. Can Wake be trusted with that kind of power? Can anyone?
Well, as you know now, no. Art in Dark Place changes reality. If not stopped, story will overwrite reality. So we just need 2 more clues for how does the Dark Presence corrupt people. So we're going to go back to Bright Falls here in a second, but let's go up here to this cabin where it says there's a locked door here and see if we can interact with that at all. It's probably going to be another thing with where it's like we already opened it and it's just glitched to like say that it's still locked. But might as well just check it. Oh, that explains why it's locked, because there's furniture in front of it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so we were right in the sense of the nursery rhyme is at the Witchfinder's cabin, but we can't do it yet until we find all the other nursery rhymes and maybe their location first. So we'll come back to that after we find the Bright Falls ones. For now, let's go back to the car and go to Bright Falls. Got a little bit more time in this episode, so we might be able to start looking around for those last 2 while we're at it. And then the next maybe like 2 hours of the playthrough will be dedicated to not only the Bright Falls rhymes, but like finishing off the one here in Cauldron Lake. Depending on if we find any nursery rhymes within the last like section of this video or not. Which I'm confident we might, because Bright Falls is kind of like a little bit on the smaller end. Then again, like it's kind of large at the same time because you also have the like the wellness center and everything. All right. So, we have something to investigate down that road here. Says there's a bunch of containers in here that we can still loot. Yep, here it is. The Colt finds the clicker.
After getting his hands on the FBC files, Ilmo Koskinen knew what he was up against. He masterminded the cult, his and Yako's army, to fight the fucked up horror lurking under the lake, and a plan to keep those feds in their bunker by the lake in the dark. Outsiders would only screw things up. The Koskinen sabotaged the FBC's monitoring station and rigged it to alert them when something was brewing at the lake. One time months later, when the alarm rang, they drove to the lake again, ready for a fight. But this time, they didn't find any monsters. Something else washed ashore. The light switch. They'd read how Wake had stopped Jagger with it in the stolen files. From that point on, whenever the cult caught someone taken over by the Shadow, they cut out the monster's heart, pushed the switch into the hole, and flicked it.
So that was pretty much like almost like an instructional like paper on how they use the clicker.
I don't want to do this anymore.
All right. Where do we want to go first? Let's go back up the road here first and look at this Sorry, I'm gonna start right out there. Let's look at the investigation point first. Make sure I'm not running past it. No, we're still on approach to it.
If one more thing goes wrong, I swear to fucking God! Whoa, are you okay?
How many are in this area, by the way? We did all find the lunch projects in Cauldron Lake, by the way, which is good. We have 3 more in the Bright Falls area that we can look for. Another clue for the Cult of the Tree. Here we go. Cauldron Lake is 1 more. Bright Falls is 2. Okay.
Setter is better.
Is that just that setter sign? I think so. Alright, let's go into the Oh Deer Diner now. It says there's some stuff we can open up in here. There's another deer we can interact with here.
They're all so soft and sad.
Well, that's good. Close this door real quick. Anything behind the door? No. Alright. Open this up with a good old-fashioned screwdriver. Dear Diary, Alan contacted me again today. There was a message for me hidden in the newspaper. He wanted to make sure I was ready for his arrival. What a silly thing to even ask. Of course I'm ready. Duh, Alan. Oh, and Norman got into the dried apricots at work again. I swear we'll have to fumigate the place. Dear Diary, some guy at the diner got mad that I brought him a piece of cherry pie and demanded a free piece of apple, but he totally ordered cherry. And when I pointed out that he already took like 2 bites of the cherry, he said he thought it was apple. Apple pie and cherry pie do not look the same. I told him he could order another piece, but he had to pay for it, and he got so mad and started screaming about leaving me a bad review, like I care about reviews. Anyway, I took away his pie and told him babies shouldn't be eating sweets. He shouted a bit, then left. Some people. Dear Diary, Cynthia's been acting up lately. I think she's turning into a you-know-what. Lots of you-know-what's popping up lately. I'll keep an eye on it. If things get out of hand, I can always get out the rifle. I'm sure Alan would appreciate me keeping the place safe.
I can't get through this.
Is that locked? Yeah. Alright,
I really like the diner at night. It's so quiet, peaceful.
see, what else can I look at down here?
This is not the right way. I have a case to get back to.
Alright, well, that's dead end. Alright, let's go up the road here now. I get the feeling most of the nursery rhymes are going to be like down the road towards where the wellness center and nursing home are, but let's just check back in this direction first.
It's those feds. They brought trouble with them.
Now.
You guys want to stick around and see if something springs up again? It's those feds. They brought trouble with them.
Yeah, shut up. Okay, that's blocked off. Obviously can't go that way. She probably won't even let me go up that way.
Anybody seen what All That Commotion was about?
Who knows? If it's not one thing, it's the other.
This is not the way.
Oh dear. Probably got them.
This is the way.
Mocha the most. Anybody seen what All That Commotion was about?
Can I go down this way? Or is this gonna be another thing that's like another like dead end? Yeah, no, dead end.
I have things to do. And this is not the right way.
Shut up, Saga. I'm just trying to find these last collectibles. Just give me that moment. At least now you know that it's a Miracetta's an actual dog and stuff. Like if you didn't know that, then obviously those signs would like sort of like slowly clue you in on like the fact that, oh yeah, he's an actual dog. We have some new points of conversation here. We have a bunch of containers inside here too, in the sheriff's station. So maybe that's something else we should do when we go back, is we should loot all those containers. Alright, well so far, nothing in this general area, so we're gonna have to start headed down towards towards the nursing home and wellness center and ranger station, and see if there's anything down there in that direction. But I think that's gonna be our point of call. Next, obviously. First of all, I want to keep zooming in the wrong spot. Or that girl that was here finally gave up on trying to break in.
It's not opening.
Is there even a way to get into that room over there? I've looked at all this stuff practically, right? Like every door like has been opened, every drawer has been searched. It's just that one room that you can't really access quite yet. Or if you can, you gotta find like an alternate route to approach it from. Alright, well let's start going down the road here. Occasionally want to check and see if there's any pop-ups for nursery rhymes. Nothing that's really sticking out so far. There's a lunchbox and a manuscript page here, though. We will gladly grab both of those before we split the episode. And there's a charm here too.
Hey, another charm. There's another lunchbox.
And another manuscript page. Rose receives a message. The woods were dark. I held my breath. I could hear heavy footsteps out among the trees. I was scared. My heart beat in my chest like a small bird fluttering against its cage. I shivered. I was cold too. I saw a shape emerge from the trees. It was a menacing large shape, a bad shape. It looked at me with evil glowing eyes. I gasped. No, it had seen me. It growled and lurched towards me. I ran and ran until running became too hard to do. I couldn't run anymore, so I stopped running. I could feel the monster's hot breath on my neck. I was too afraid to turn around. It was about to get me. I was a goner for sure. I ran again. I had never been so scared. Not ever. This was the end. I wish anyone would come to save me. Alright, let's get to the safe house, and then the first thing we'll do in the next episode is we'll read this manuscript page. Or rather, we'll listen to the manuscript page, I should say. Oh, there's a nursery rhyme down the street here too. Cool. And now we have that marked on the map for next episode. We want to step on their safe house here. Look, fam, I'm just ignoring y'all. I need to get to a safe state. Shit. Alright. I'm gonna adjourn here and then I'll I'll find the safe house, and then when I pick up next time, you'll see me at the safe house.